In this video for Positive Maths, we're going to learn about annual interest. So first we'll go over the keywords and their meanings. When we invest money, we are paid with interest for the use of this money. So for example, if we lodge money into our bank account and we have it, let's say, in a savings account, the bank might use this money to lend to somebody else. We are therefore paid interest for money that we leave in a bank or building society. The money that we invest is called the principal. The percentage at which we earn interest is called a rate, and the money that we receive at the end of a certain period is called the amount. So the amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. So what we have, let's say, after 1 year will be what we invested, the principal, plus the money we earned, which is the interest. So, calculating interest. In order to calculate annual interest, we need to be able to calculate percentages. So we're just going to revise this quickly. There are 3 different ways that we can calculate a percentage. The first way is using fractions. So we'll use part 1 as an example. So 4% is equal to 4 over 100. Or if we simplify this, it's equal to 1 over 25. So in order to find 4% of 600 euro, we multiply 600 by 1 over 25. So really this is 600 over 25. So 25 divided into 600 is going to get us 24 euro. Okay, so that's our way of finding a percentage by using a fraction. The next way is by using decimals. So we'll use part 2. Okay, we want to find 7%. So 7% in decimal form is equal to 0.07. So if we're calculating 7% of 1200, we multiply 1200 by 0.07 and we get 84 euro. And then the third way for finding a percentage, we use our calculator. We'll use part 3. So we have 360 multiplied by 19%. And we get 68 euro and 40 cents. So we need to be able to calculate percentages using fractions, decimals, and percentages. At this stage, pause the video and see if you can calculate the percentages of the last 4 parts. So now we're going to discuss calculating annual interest. To find how much annual interest an amount of money will earn, we should follow these steps. Okay, so before we discuss the steps, I just want to discuss annual interest. This means interest earned on a yearly basis. So annual, we think of year, every year. Okay, so step 1. We label all of the information that we are given. Step 2, we calculate the interest. So really, this is usually a percentage. And step 3, we calculate the amount for the required number of years. Okay, so let's see how this actually works. We want to find the interest earned on 300 euro for 3 years at 5% per annum. So again, annum meaning per year. Okay, step 1, we label the information we're given. That means our principal is 300 euro, our rate is 5%, time is 3 years, and the amount is what we're looking for. Okay, step 2, we need to calculate the interest. So we're multiplying 300 by 5% to find the interest. So the interest is going to be €15. So we earn €15 for every year. Okay, now we're going to find the amount for year 1. So we must remember the amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. Okay, so the money in the bank at the start is the principal. So we have 300 plus 15, so the amount for year 1, so what is left after the first year, is €315. The amount for year 2 is going to be 315 plus €15, so we get 330. And the amount for year 3 is going to be what's in the bank at the start of year 3, so 330 plus 15. So after 3 years, at interest at 5%, with the principal being €300, the amount will be €345. Now we're going to look at a problem-solving activity where we need to calculate the principal. So that means really we're working backwards in a way. Okay, so again, we're going to follow our steps. Step 1 is to label what we're given. So we are told that a sum of money was invested for 2 years at 5% per annum. If the interest earned was €20, we need to find the sum invested. So our time is going to be 2 years. Our rate is 5%. Interest is €20. We need to find the sum invested, so that means we're looking for the principal. Okay, so let's take it step by step then. The next thing we need to do is to calculate the interest earned per year. So we have the interest for 2 years. Is equal to €20. That means the interest for 1 year is equal to €10. Okay, so we're given the interest for 2 years. We want to find the interest for 1 year because we know that €10 is equal to 5%. Okay, the principal really is 100%. So if we have 5%, then we can calculate 100%. It's important not to think that the interest, that 5% is equal to €20. Okay, it does not equal €20 because this is over 2 years. Okay, so now that we have 5%, we can calculate 100%. So we can find 1% first. So 1% is going to be 10 divided by 2. Sorry, not 2. 10 divided by 5, which will give us 2. So now we're looking for 100% is going to be 2 multiplied by 100. So 100% of the money is €200. So that means our principal is €200. And we'll write that in here. Okay, so things to watch out for. The fact that we have the interest for 2 years, not 1 year. So therefore, our 5% is equal to €10, not €20. Once we identify that the interest is equal to 5%, then we can calculate the principal, which is 100%. Okay, the next question. In this part we have to calculate time. So €400 was invested for X years at 6% per annum. If the interest earned was €48, find the value of X. Okay, so again we need to identify what everything is. So €400 was invested, so our principal P is €400. T for time is X, or for our rate is 6%. I for our interest is €48. So we need to calculate X. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate our interest for 1 year. So we multiply 400 by 6% and we get €24. Okay, so the interest for X number of years is €48. The interest for 1 year is €24. So we divide our total interest divided by interest for 1 year will give us the number of years, so our time. So we have €48 divided by €24 and we get 2 years. For more information, you can visit www.PositiveMaths.ie. You can email us at info@PositiveMaths.ie,